Welcome, my name is Rick. Over there wearing number 23 is my 10-year-old son Rocco, playing here with Team Southwest at the Perfect Game Fall Super Regional NIT here in Las Vegas, Nevada. We're actually in Henderson right now at Mission Hills Park, getting ready to get started in a matchup against Vegas Elite Gold, I believe. So we're gonna get started here in a few minutes. Thanks for tuning in, let's go. Okay, we're getting started here. Not exactly sure who's leading off for Team Southwest, still learning names. First pitch is right there for strike one to start the game for Team Vegas Elite. Here's the 0-1, that's up, ball one. 1-1 pitch, up over his head, ball two. Sun is just in front of me off to my left. 2-1 pitch, down, ball three. Here's the 3-1 pitch. That's up and in, ball four. So that young man works a walk for Team Southwest. Let's go. Here's the first pitch, shows bunt, pulls in. I think he might have called strike, I'm not sure. Ball bounces off the runner taking second base, and he's gonna hold there at second. Nice job. Here's an 0-1. Called strike. I think that's 0-2. Here's the 0-2. Swung on, hit in the air, foul, out of play. 0-2 again. Down and away, ball one. 1-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled back, staying alive. 1-2 again. Down low, ball gets by the catcher. Runner's gonna take third base. Good job. 2-2. Swung on, hit on the ground, gets underneath the pitcher's glove, fielded by shortstop, thrown over to first for out number one, but Southwest does strike first, puts up a run, one out, here we go. All right, new batter here for Team Southwest. Sporting that pink icon electric unicorn. First pitch, outside, ball one. 3-1, up and in, ball four, works a walk. Here we go. I believe this is Ivan stepping in now for Team Southwest. Here's the first pitch to Ivan, swung on, check swing, missed, and they back pick to first, but he's back. Here's the 0-1, inside behind him, gets by the catcher, and runner takes second base. Job number 18. Here's the 1-1, swung on, hit in the air high, and I was chopped, I guess. I don't know. I'm not sure if he's out at first, but he's gonna be out at third. He's gonna be safe at first. Wow, okay. Man, I thought that ball was straight up. I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but they get one out on the runner trying to advance to third, so that's two outs. Okay, new batter in, runner at first base, first pitch. Inside ball, gets away from the catcher. And we're gonna have second base there as the ball gets just by, but backed up nicely. Here's the 1-0, down and away, ball two. 2-0 pitch, down and away, off the catcher, Ivan going three, and he's gonna be there safely. 3-0 pitch, down in the dirt, ball four, young man works a walk, they back pick, but Ivan is back to third. Good job. New batter here for Team Southwest. They picked a third. And he's safe at second and safe at home. I know what that was. In Perfect Game, you're allowed to fake the pick to third. That's normally a balk. I got fooled. So he faked the pick to third, which is legal in Perfect Game. Used to be legal everywhere. Here's the pitch. Swung on, jammed, back to the pitcher. Throws over to first base for out number three. So Southwest puts up 2 runs. Let's go get some outs, boys. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Bottom of the first pitch. Right there, strike one, good pitch 22. I'll have to look and see who that is pitching. Here's the 0-1. Curveball is rolled over, foul. Here's the 0-2. Curveball is slapped the other way, also foul, out of play. This is Jet on the mound, 0-2 again. Hit in the air high. Second base going for it and does make the catch. That is one out, good job. Okay, here is new batter, first pitch, down and away in the dirt, ball one. 3-0 pitch, down low, ball four. That's a 4-pitch walk after throwing all strikes to the first batter, including a couple of foul balls. Pick again. Ball gets away, and runners at second base now on the error on the throw on the pick. All right, here we go. Runner at second now. First pitch to this batter is inside, ball one. Here's the pitch. Just off the plate, ball two. 2-0. Swung on, hit well. Into right field. He picks it up, throws. And the runner's going to hold at third base. So we got first and third now with one out. Pick to third. And that's thrown away. Play at the plate. And he's going to be out there. All right. So threw away the pick move, but ended up with an out anyway. That's 2 down, runner at second base. First pitch to this batter. Curveball, up and away, ball 1. Here's the 1-0. Down and away, ball 2. 2-0. Swung on, hit hard, and it hits the runner, and he's out. Yeah, all right. Good attempt there on the dive, but it hit the runner's heel, and he's going to be out, so that's 3 outs. Southwest puts up a 0 on 2 really unlikely outs. Let's go hit, boys. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Top of second. Southwest up 2-0 right now. First pitch. Up and away, ball 1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Swung on, hit up the middle, and that's going to be a base hit for that young man. Good job, way to get us started. Let's go. All right, new batter here for Team Southwest. Runner on first with no outs. They pick, unsurprisingly, he likes to, but we're back safely. Here's the first pitch. Swung on, hit on the ground to the shortstop, who throws 2. And gonna have 1 out there. No attempt for the double play. First pitch, swung on, hit in the air. First base underneath it, and he makes the catch. So that is going to be 2 outs. Okay, new batter here. I think this might be Liam. First pitch to him, up and in, ball 1. 1-1 pitch. Swung on, ripped down the line, foul. 1-2 pitch. Swung on, hit on the ground. And shortstop was going to cover the base, and that's going to go off the third baseman's glove. So we're going to have a hit there. Good job. Let's go. All right, here we go. First pitch. Swung on, hit hard up the middle, and center fielder does grab it. He's throwing back to third. We're going to be back safely, and we're going to have bases loaded. Nice hit. That brings up my 11-year-old son, Rocco, partially behind the umpire there. Bases loaded with 2 outs. First pitch to him is away, ball 1. Here's the 1-0. Swung on and hit well, and that's going to be into the gap. Rocco hits one all the way to the fence. That's going to score 1, 2. Rocco going into second base with a big slide, and that's a 2-run double. Atta boy, Rocco. Way to go, kid. First pitch. Swung on and hit well again. And that's all the way into the outfield. Sorry, I couldn't see it. Rocco's going to score, and that young man's going to pull into second with another back-to-back 2-run doubles. Atta boy, let's go. All right, here we go. They picked to second. He's back safely. New batter, first pitch. And the check swing sword gets him on 1 strike, but we do take third base. Good job. 3-1 pitch. Inside, ball 4, works a walk. We got runners at the corners. All right, new batter. Pick to third. No, it's going to be a fake. And then they're going to throw to second, or first to second. Ball comes out, and that's going to score a run. 25 looks like he might be a little hurt. Hopefully he's okay. I got to remember to watch the pitcher closer when it's first and third, because that fake to third is not something that you see a lot, because it's only really legal in perfect game. Here we go. Here's the first pitch. That's up, ball 1. Gets by the catcher. Runner going 3. Ball is by and into left field, and he's going to score on the throw that got away. There we go. Let's go, Team Southwest. All right, we got a 1-0. Swung on, fooled by the curveball. Strike 1. 3-2. Swung on, missed. Strike 3. That is 3 outs. But Southwest did some damage there. Let's go get 3 outs of our own, boys. Okay, bottom second. Southwest up 8-0 now. Rocco at second base this inning. First pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 1. Good pitch, Jet. Here's the 1-2. Swung on, hit well into right field. And that's going to be down to the fence. They are picking it up, throwing it in to Rocco there. And that young man has a double to lead off the second inning. Nice hit, young man. That was the guy who said, or the kid who said hello to Rocco. Good job. All right, runner at second with no outs. First pitch. Ooh, just missed off the plate, I guess. Ball 1. That looked close. Here's the 1-0. Swung on, hit on the ground. Shortstop gobbles it up, throws 1. And I'm not sure if he's safe or out. He is out, so that is 1 down. Does advance the runner to third base. Here we go. All right, runner on third with 1 out now. First pitch. Right there, strike 1, good pitch, Jet. 2-2. Swung on, hit in the air. Rocco calls for it, makes the catch. Good job, Rocco. That is 2 outs. Runner still at third base. Runner still at third, 2 outs now. First pitch to this batter. Swung on and foul, strike 1. 2-1 maybe. Swung on, hit, and that's gonna get by into right field. And it is gonna score a run. Rocco on the dive, but just couldn't quite get there. All right, here we go. New batter, first pitch, inside, ball 1. Runner holds at first base. There's a 3-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3 and caught. And that is gonna be 3 outs. So they do give up 1, but go into the top of the third with an 8-1 lead. Let's go Southwest, here we go. All right, Ivan steps in now, top of the third, looking to add to Southwest's lead here. First pitch, curveball up high, he swings and hits that into left field. So good job, Ivan. Leads us off with a single on the high curveball. Here we go. All right, here we go. First pitch, swung on, hit well, and that is gonna get into left field all the way to the fence. So that bounces away from him. Runner from first is at third base. That young man has a double. We got second and third, let's go. Okay, new pitcher in for Vegas Elite. I learned his name is Parker. First pitch, swung on and hit foul, strike 1. Parker said hi to Rocco. So what's up, Parker? How you doing, kid? Here's the 0-1. Swung on, hit on the ground, fielded by second base, thrown over to first. So for out number 1, that is gonna score a run, and the runner on second did advance to third. Here we go. Okay, here's new batter, first pitch. Down in the dirt, gets by the catcher, runner going home. And he is gonna score, so that is 10-1 now, Southwest, let's go. Here's the 3-0. Swung on, hit well, and caught by the center fielder. Nice catch there, young man. Number 3, attaboy. All right, base is empty. New batter here for Team Southwest. First pitch, up and away, ball 1. 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Southwest puts up 2 more. Let's go get 3 outs, boys. Okay, Jets still into pitch, bottom 3 with a 10-1 lead. First pitch, outside, ball 1. 3-1. Just up and in, ball 4, works a leadoff walk. Here we go. Okay, runner on first with no outs here. Jet looking to limit any damage here. Called strike 1, outside corner. Ball is wide, stopped by Rocco. So runner does take second base. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, hit on the ground. Third base, grabs it. Throws 1, but late. Runner holds at second base. All right. My bad, he was out at first base on that. So we got 1 out, runner at second. Everyone in my way. That one is hit to third, but gets through. And they had a play at third base, but didn't quite get the call there. Sorry, man, that was hard to follow for me. Sun is kind of brutal right now for me. It's right in my face. Here we go. First pitch, swung on, hit in the air, and that's gonna be foul, out of play, well, into the fence anyway. Here we go. Here's the pitch, swung on and missed, strike 1. Runner does take second base there, so we got second and third with 1 out. Here's the 0-2. Swung on, hit up the middle, and that's gonna get through. They're gonna throw 3, and he's gonna be in there safely. So that young man has an RBI single. Nice hit, young man. Here's the first pitch. Lays down a bunt, but foul. Pick again. They got him picked off. And he's safe there, and that's gonna score a run there at first, or from third. So late on the throw back to second, and he slides in there. Here's the 0-2. Called, strike 3. First strikeout of the game there for Jet. Good job. That's 2 outs. Here's the first pitch. Swung on, hit the other way, and It is going to be fair. So that young man slaps a base hit down the left field line. We're going to have first and third again with 2 outs. New batter, first pitch. Right there, strike one, good pitch. Runner does take second base there. Here's the 0-1. Ooh, just off the plate. Good pitch, 1-1. Here's the 1-1. Right there, strike two, good pitch, Jet painting the outside corner. 1-2. Whew. Seemed like the same pitch, but just off, I guess. 2-2. 2-2. Just inside. Jet doesn't like it. Oh, just up, I guess, he says. 3-2. Swung on and fouled back again. This has been a well-pitched at bat from Jet. He's been all over the zone. Didn't get a couple of close calls. 3-2 again. Swung on, hit way in the air. And that is actually going to be gone. Wow, that young man hit a tank. Nice hit, young man. So that is going to make it 5-10 on that home run. He's a big young man, stayed alive, fouling off a couple of balls, and then finally found a barrel. So he brings Las Vegas Elite within 5 runs here. Nice swing, 17, and he slow trots the bases, walks it in. Good job. New batter here, first pitch. Good pitch, Jet on the ground. Fielded by Rocco, thrown to first for out number 3, so they get out of it. Damage was done, but still have a 5-run lead here going into the 4th inning. Let's go get some more, boys. Here we go. All right, first pitch, top of 4, outside, ball 1. Here's the 1-0. Swung on, popped up, and it finds grass or something in the infield. Wow. Nobody able to get there. He's going to have himself an infield single on the little blooper. Here's the first pitch. Swung on, hit in the air. Center fielder going back and makes the catch. And runner at first gets back to first. Good job. Here we go. Here's the first pitch. Shows bunt, pulls back. And it's a strike. Oh, no. We're going to have a balk for not coming set. So that's going to be no pitch. And runner takes second base. Here we go. Here's the first pitch. Check swing, called the ball outside. Gets up, ready to pitch. First pitch. Swung on, hit in the air. Center fielder underneath it. And he makes the catch. Runner tagging. No, he's going to hold at second base. So that's 2 outs. 2 put outs by the center fielder. Here we go. That's going to bring up my 10-year-old son Rocco here with the runner on second and 2 outs. First pitch. Outside, ball 1. Gets by the catcher. Runner is going 3. And he's going to have that base. Good job. Here's the 1-0 to Rocco. Swung on, hit well into the gap in right center field, all the way to the fence. He's going to have himself a double again as he comes in, slides head first, kisses the base with his face, but he's going to be in there safely. Another RBI double for Rocco. Attaboy kid, as he spits dirt out of his mouth. Yeah, let's go. All right, Rocco at second base now. First pitch. Away by the catcher. Rocco's going to take third. He won't have to slide head first and eat dirt this time. And he's going to be in there safely. Attaboy. Here's the 1-0. Swung on, hit on the ground. Third base grabs it, throws one, and he is out there at first base. So they're going to get out of it. Only put up 1. It's going to be 11-5 going into the bottom of the 4th. As time is waning here, we probably have about 10 minutes, so 3 outs might end this game. Let's go. New pitcher in for Team Southwest. I'll have to look up his name. First pitch. Just off the plate. That's got to be really close. Ball 1. 2-1. Swung on, hit in the air. And oh wow, I thought it was foul, but it got deep into left field over Rocco's head. He picks it up, throws it in. That young man leads it off with a double. Nice hit, 33. Here we go. Man, center fielder has me moving all over the place. No outs, runner on second. First pitch, up high, ball 1. 3-0 pitch. That's up high, ball 4. All right, we got first and second with no outs. We need to find some outs here. First pitch. Called, strike 1, good pitch. 2-2 again. Swung on, hit on the ground. Fielded at shortstop, thrown to first base for out number 1. So that is 1 out with runners on second and third now. The batter first pitch, swung on, hit back up the middle, and that gets underneath the glove. So center field picks it up, and they're gonna have one run there on that base hit up the middle. I believe that makes it 11-6. Here we go. New batter, first pitch, up, ball one. And runner does take second base from first, so second and third again. 2-0, swung on, hit in the air, and caught in right field. Runner was not ready to tag at third base, so we got 2 outs. Here we go. We got 2 outs now. Runners at second and third still. First pitch, center fielder right in the way. I guess it's outside, ball one. 1-0 pitch, pulled outside, past the catcher. Runners hold, 2-0. 2-0 pitch, hit way in the air. Rocco calls for it, makes the catch there in left field, and that is going to be 3 outs. That could be the ball game. Let's find out. I'm not sure. We're right about an hour and a half in. Let's see. It looks like we're going to play another inning. Here we go. All right, top of 5 here. This will be the last inning now, as we have about 7 minutes until no new inning. First pitch. Curveball off the plate, ball one. Payoff pitch. Outside, ball 4. Works a walk to lead off the inning. Here's the pitch. Called strike 1, inside corner. Runner holds it first. 1-1 pitch. Shows bunt. Pulls back. Strike 1. Runner takes second base on the bobble by the catcher. 2-2. Called strike 3 away. That hasn't been a strike, but it was that time. Here we go, 1 out. First pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 1. 1-1. Swung on, hit well. And that is going to get down the line all the way into the corner there. Left fielder picking it up. It is going to score 1. And Ivan into second base with a double. Great hit, Ivan. Way to go, kid. Let's go. They picked a second. No, he's back safely. Just checking on him. Gets up to try to pitch it quickly. First pitch. Outside corner, strike 1, I guess. Here's the 0-1. Outside ball. Gets by the catcher. Runner going 3. And he's going to be there safely. 3-2. Up and away. Ball 4. Works a walk. We've got runners at the corners. First and third now. First pitch. Swung on, hit on the ground, and it's going to find the hole where the second baseman was going to cover. They're going to throw into second base, and that's going to score a run, and we're going to have first and third again. Here we go. Let's go. First pitch. Swung on, hit in the air, and that is going to find grass in the outfield. Picked up by right field, thrown in. He's going to have a single RBI. Let's go. Keep it alive. All right, new batter, first pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 1. 2-2 pitch. Off the plate, gets by the catcher. Runners are going to advance a base. Second and third. Let's go. 3-2 pitch. Called strike 3. All of a sudden, that's been a strike, and it's off the plate. And it hasn't been a strike all game, but that's 2 outs. New batter, first pitch. Off the plate, ball 1. 1-0. Up and away, ball 2. Gets by. Runner coming. And he's going to be out at the plate. So that is 3 outs. Southwest puts up 2 more. Let's go get 3 outs and end this game, boys. Here we go. Okay, bottom 4. 3 outs gets Team Southwest's first W in a quest to make the top 12 that make bracket play on Monday. First pitch is down and in, ball 1. 3-2. Swung on, hit to shortstop who fields it. Throws 1 for out number 1. Good job. Here we go. All right, new batter, 1 out here. First pitch. Down low, ball 1. 3-1. Up and away, ball 4. Works a walk there for that young batter. We got runner on first. First pitch. Swung on and missed. Runner goes. And they're going to call him safe. The ball beats him there. We got to get the tag down quick instead of reaching for him. Here we go. 2-2 pitch. Swung on, hit in the air. And it's going to find grass. They're going to have a single there. Runner from second does make it to third. Here we go. Here's the first pitch. Called a ball just outside, I guess. 3-2. Up high, ball 4. Works the walk, bases loaded with 1 out. All right, this young man went yard last time. We got bases juiced here with 1 out. First pitch. Right there, strike 1. Good start. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and missed, tied him up on the inside. Strike 2. Here's the 1-2. Swung on, hit hard into right field. That's going to be a hit there. Score 1. Here we go. Okay, we got 14-8 here. Bases loaded with 1 out. First pitch to this batter. Swung on and missed. Strike 1. Good pitch. 3-2. Up and away, ball 4. Works a walk, and that's going to score a run. 14-9 now. New batter, first pitch. Starts him off with the ball high. 2-0. Swung on, hit in the air. And it falls into left field. Gets by. That's going to score 1. And they go base to base. Still no out, or still only 1 out. It is now 14-10. We're going to have the tying run at the plate. New batter, first pitch. Inside, ball 1. 2-1. Inside, ball 3. And runners are going, and they are going to score. So that moves. The runner on first stayed put. So we're going to have first and third now. 3-1. Outside, ball 4, works a walk. That puts the tying run on first base. New pitcher on. Trying to get out of this here. Tying run at first base for Las Vegas Elite now. First pitch. Strike 1, good pitch. 0-1. Curveball, strike 2, good pitch. 0-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. That is 2 outs. Good job, 17. 1 out away. All right. Las Vegas Elite down to their last out. First pitch. Swung on, hit on the ground. Charged by third, thrown to first, and got him. And that is going to be the ball game. They sneak away with a win after a tough bottom of the 4th inning, but they got it done. Now the extra runs don't help us for our seeding, but if we keep winning, it won't matter all that much. Good job, Team Southwest. Good job, Rocco. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, leave us a comment. We love reading them and we love answering them. And we'll see you guys next time for pool play game number 2 of 4. Thanks again. Peace.